Today's the day. You guys have got your vehicle. We're now going to show you the rest of this video on everything else on the vehicle. Please, if you need to ask any questions, please don't hesitate. We'll be more than happy to show you. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. Welcome to Central Scotland Motorhome Hire. Today I'm going to show you around about one of the motorhomes and show you how to work it. I'll try not keep you here too long because I know you guys are excited to go on your holiday and I'm as quick as I can, but let's go and we'll get you shown round about. What you might find, this might not be your motorhome, but all the motorhomes are equipped much the same. The toilet, the water and the electricity are all the same, and so I'm just going to show you in this vehicle, and your vehicle will be much the same. You might find the water might be the other side or further back, but we should have water stickers on them to let you know it's the water. First thing you should do when you get to a site, obviously is pay your fees at the site and then nip to the water bay and fill up your water. It's the first thing you should do on site. Simply key, it's part of the ignition key, turn and open it. Take the key back out, which is really important, because if you're filling up and you leave your key in here, the water, when it overflows, could run into the key, and that's not a good idea, because your van might not start digging. Anyway, once you're connected up the other end of the hose to the water pipe at the site, we've got this wee system here to get on and off here. But what to do, fire the hose in, turn it round about to try and make the whole hose go in. It's a wee knack to it, there we go. So push it all the way in, and then you can turn, obviously the tap on, turn it on here and fill it up, and you'll know when it's full when it starts to overflow. And obviously when it starts to overflow, just switch it off at the top of the pipe here, and obviously take the tank off, put the cap back on and then lock it up. Okay. Second thing you get to do when you get to a site is obviously get your pitch, and once you get onto your pitch you need to level up your vehicle. One of the things we do is we have the levelling chocks. They're generally located in these vehicles just behind the cab. There's a small box here and you open that up and you use these vehicles to get your vehicle level, because you're not wanting your eggs or anything or cups to start sliding off the table. So we'll get two of these, and whether it could be this side or at the front or at the back, get yourself level and you're almost ready to go. Thirdly, you've got the electric on site. Plug it in to the socket in your vehicle. Some of the vehicle sockets are actually at the other side, at the passenger side of the vehicle. Once you plug this in, go to the box where the other end of the extension is, and you might find there might be a wee fuse or a wee flick switch to flick the switch to its on. And one of the reasons you'll know it's on is inside at the control panel, it looks like a wee tulip, and if that light's on, it means there's electricity coming through the site. Now we've established we've got water, we've now got the vehicle nice and level, we've now got the electric on. If you have electric on your site, some sites don't actually have electric, but pretend we're on a site with electric, so we've got electrics in. And now to get into the gas box to turn the gas on. Key in, give it a wee turn, and you can see it pops out. Turn the key again as if you're going to lock it, and it just means it's easier to lock the cupboard at the end of it. Open it up, and then we go to the gas. In here at the gas, we have two bottles. We generally run the vehicles with two bottles. What you might find, this gas bottle might only be quarter full. If it runs out during your vacation, simply change the bottles, take the hose off here and put it onto here. To turn the gas on when you get to the site, turn it anti-clockwise, and that opens the bottle up. And there's a wee lever here, and that should be straight up and down, and that means it's open, not letting the gas go through. Straight up and down. To close it, that's it in the off position. So we're now at the site, and that's you ready to go to get into your vehicle and get it up and running. The other thing I'm going to tell you while I'm at this position just now, if you needed to change the gas bottle, this nut here turns clockwise. It turns opposite from a normal nut and bolt. So turn it clockwise, take it off, remove the safety cap here and your spare bottle, It also turns clockwise to take this wee spare cap out, put the hose back on, and tighten it up anti-clockwise, and that's you got your bottles changed. One of the other things while we're here as well, never drive the vehicle with the gas on, even though you're moving it like 10 feet just to get your van level. It will knock your heating system off, and you might end up having to reset your heating system. So at this point, again, if you're going to turn it off and turn it clockwise to turn it off. I'm now going to show you the toilet cassette. It's quite simple to work. Put your key in, push in, and push the top button, and it opens up here. Inside here you've got a cassette. It's a Thetford cassette, and inside here we also put pouches with it's like dishwasher tablets. You drop one of these into the bag, but I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, to take it out, the wee lever under here, the wee blue lever, as I say, all the vehicles are the same. Lift it up, and if this is stuck and it's not coming out, don't try and pull it out hard, because what it means is the toilet is in the open position inside the vehicle, so you would need to close the wee flush, and then this should come out very easy, just like that. As I say, if it doesn't, you need to go inside and close it. So we've now put the box out, and to empty the box, turn it that way. Oh, it's a new one. Open it up, and on site you usually find there is places for disposal in all the boxes. When you get to the disposable point, this wee button up here, push it in, and that lets air into it, and when you get to the disposable point, push it in and empty it out by simply just doing it that way. Usually at the disposable points as well, there's usually a tap. Put some water in it, give it a flush about, press the button again and empty it out. When you get to that point, use one of the tablets, drop one of the blue tablets from the bag into the box here, and then fill it up, probably with about a milk bottle's worth of water. That allows the chemicals to open the blue bag up, and the chemicals go about. Give it a good shake, and put your cap on. Good shake, and then put it back here like this. If you've got any distance to travel to go to the point to empty, you have a wee handle here that just flicks up and clips in. And it's also in wheels as well, so you can take it simply, and it clicks right back in there. And that's you almost ready to go. These wee arrows I've got on here just now, it was just in case any customers found there was an issue with these caps. The arrows must point to each other, and as simple as that. And that means that the toilet is ready to slip straight in. So again, just put this in there, and then you've got your bag of chemicals. There's usually a wee point inside there. Stick it in, and one of the most important things is the toilet cassette must be returned nice and clean. Please fill it up with just the wee bit of water I was telling about, and put the tablet in, mix it up, keep it nice and fresh, but please have it nice and clean for us coming back, because it's obviously for hygienic reasons, COVID reasons, etc. Thank you very much. The grey water is located behind the driver's door on most of our roller tools. Underneath here, you'll see the handle, and you just pull it like so to release the grey water, i.e. the shower water, the sink water, etc. This isn't nothing to do with the toilet. It's just your dishwasher and shower water. And to close it back up again, simply push it back in, and that's it, locked in. Most sites have waste disposal locations on site. If you find that they don't have sites like that, or you can't have access to offload your grey water, what we tend to do is, once you're out on the road, is pull that to release the grey water, and drive with it open. That's what we recommend, because that will empty your tanks and keep your grey water tank clear. All the vehicles are actually fitted with Cyclex, and I'm going to show you a quick explanation how to use them. What to do at the top is slacken these off a wee bit so that they can lift up. At the back there's wee handles as well. Just turn them anti-clockwise, lift these up lift them up, and then you get the red strap here. And this is a wee extra strap on just to hold things together. You've got to open up this and then simply bring it down, and you've got these on here. Press the red button here and it undoes. Same at the other side. That goes through the wheel spokes. Stick it back through, ratchet it till your cycle's in place. And depends what bike it is. It's on the fourth one here. It'll be this one probably. Again, press the button here and bring this out and ratchet it onto the frame of the vehicle, the bike. Put it back in and plug it in, and that's it. Pretty solid. With each bike, as you can see, it's a 4-bike rack. Clip them all on and make them nice and safe. And last of all, again, put the strap round the bike and the bike rack itself, and that's you. To put it all back together again, obviously take the bikes off, back up, and it simply clips in here, clips in, bring these down, tighten them back up, and that holds the cycle rack from moving, etc. Just tighten them all up. And again, you get the wee extra safety precaution. Put the red strap on, and it comes, and simply buckle it through and ratchet it back up. And that's it, and then give it a wee tie off at the back here just so it's not hanging down, etc. That's it. All the Roller Team vehicles we have are fitted with these locks. You'll find them all round about the vehicle, so I'm just going to show you how to work these locks on this one. Key, it's on the key ring, put it in, turn it and you'll see it's opened. But what to do is, when it's at this position again, just lock it, and that's you getting ready to, whenever it comes to lock it. Down here, I'm just going to open this one up, and again I'm going to lock it, but the vehicle, you can now open it when the handle's popped out like this. You can now open it. That's you in. So close. Now that we've already locked it with the key, you just push it, and that's them all locked. Now that we've actually connected up with our water, we've got the electricity on and the gas is now on. You can now come into this panel. Sometimes they're above the motorhome door. On this vehicle, when you come in, it's just in the right hand side when you come in the door. Again, they're all the same pads, and all you do is touch this button here to turn it on. This is the wee tulip I was talking to you about. It tells you that your electric is on at the site. When this wee symbol here is on, it means the power is coming from the site. So obviously we've turned it on, and to turn the lights on, turn this on. And up here is the next one you would turn on, and that's your pump to make all the toilets work, the water work for the shower, and the water for the sink, etc. I'm going to switch this off just now because we've not got any water on the vehicle, which I'm going to come to just now, because it's telling you just now this one's flashing. When it's blue, it's the fresh water. Obviously we've not filled it up because we're just doing a wee demonstration for you guys, but when you come into the site, this will come up saying 100% on S1. If you press it again, R1 means it's the wastewater, the grey water they call it. Obviously we don't have any grey water on because it's a brand new vehicle, but once your grey water starts to fill up from the sinks and the showers, etc., this is will start going up 33%, 66% and 99% is it when it's at full. This wee button here, although it says temperature, it does not control heating at all. This panel doesn't control heating at all in the vehicle. It just simply tells you the temperature that's in the van, which is at 13 degrees just now. This one here tells you how much power is in the leisure battery, but at the moment it's not showing a percentage because we've got plugged in on site at the moment. This one here is your vehicle itself, how much power is in the battery. It's at 76%. It's a brand new vehicle. We've had it in the workshop doing some videos and doing a few things to it, so the battery power itself has come down a wee bit, but that will all be fine once you start the vehicle up, etc. the other thing, but this panel here, for the televisions to work, the lights must be on. You can actually turn the lights off individually in the vehicle during the day, but for the televisions to work, the light switch must be on. This light here is for the outside light just above your door. Most vehicles have them, but there is some of the roller team vehicles that doesn't actually have a light. You might have a wee switch saying that the light's on, but there isn't actually a light outside. We've now got water in the fresh water tank. We've now connected up to the electrics, and we've also turned the gas on. The first thing you do coming into the vehicle, obviously what I spoke about this panel, is turn this on so you can actually see we've got lights in the vehicle now. The next thing you need to do is the heating control system. This heats up the hot water and your central heating in the vehicle. To turn on, push this button, simply turns on, let go, push it again, and with these 4 symbols. The symbols down the bottom, I wouldn't bother too much with these. It's these ones up the top we need. The first thing you do when you come into the vehicle, you see them all flash, the motorhome flashing. Turn the knob till you get to the gas and electricity. Click it. This is you now, and it's telling us just now that we are on electric 2. But if you're actually off-site while camping and we've not got electricity, you need to be on gas, so you would simply click gas because that's your only source. But if you're on site and you have electric, simply go back in, change it to EL2, and that means you're running off the electric from the site, which we recommend running electric if you've got electric on the site. Again, if you're while camping, simply go into this, and it must be on gas before you do anything else. But I'm going to put this one on to electric as we've got hooked up just now. I'm going to change it to EL2 because we've got the connection on site. So we're on EL2. Now turn the knob till we go back to the motorhome. Give it a click. As you can see, it's off. Turn the thermostat up to whatever desired temperature, say up to 23, you got there, and then I want that temperature, so you push the button. Hot water into the system, it's off. Turn the knob till it goes up to hot. Press the button to say I want it hot, and that's you got your vehicle up and running. In the system again, we want to turn the fan speed up. Over to the right here, to this symbol here, it's a fan. Hit the fan, it's on eco. Let's get it to high. I want high, so I've pressed the button to say I want high, and I've got it. So now that the heating system is starting to fire up. Going to show you a couple of other wee things. Let's take it back to the hot water. Let's go into the system. As you can see, we've got it in hot. But if someone's going to take a shower, what you want to do is turn it on to boost and hit boost. But what you will find is when you're on boost for the hot water, your heating won't work. So if you've got any problems with your heating, it's not coming on, etc., just make sure that you're not on the boost with the hot water. So again, only when you're having showers, etc. So you can take it off boost after someone's had a shower, just bring it back down to hot and simply I want hot and push that, and that's you back to there. One of the biggest and most important thing about these systems, the vehicle can't be moved while this system's on. It's like a boiler, like you've got in the house. If there's something it's not happy with, it can feel the vehicle moving. If you try and move it anytime at all, and it will shut down, and it'll come up with a warning triangle saying not shut down properly, and it'll go into emergency mode, and you'll have to do a system reset. But if you're obviously going to move the vehicle after you've packed up and ready to leave the site, these must be turned down. So we'll go into the motorhome, must be turned down from 23 or whatever temperature you are at, and turn it right down, and it's to off, but you want off by pushing it, and that's you got it off. Back to the thermostat again, in here, boom, and down to off, and push it because you want off, and that's you get the system off. That means that the system is off, and to turn the whole system off, you just hold the button here, and the whole system should power down like that, like so. Recommended temperature for your vehicle, I would recommend at night time 19 degrees, because sometimes it gets really warm. The vehicles are very well insulated. Rather than getting up and down and moving the thermostat, etc., or turning the heating on and off, set it at 19 and that's a nice warm temperature. Most of the motorhomes are actually fitted with the Vision Plus televisions. The other televisions that's in the motorhomes, they're all much the same. They work much the same way. And today I'm just going to show you how to get the televisions working, because some of the kids might want to watch TV, yourself or the good lady. But anyway, let's show you how to do it. Simply remote control, pick it up and press the power button to turn it on. All the vehicles are fitted with automatic aerials, so you don't have to try and aim the aerial to a certain direction to try and get a good signal. As you can see, we don't have a signal just now because we've not tuned it in. So we're on site, we're trying to get a television signal. What I want to do is press menu on the remote control, and you'll see auto tuning at the top. Using the down arrow, bring it down to auto tuning and press OK. You'll see up here it says DTV. That's important, it says DTV. You can change the types to ATV, DTV, or both. My recommendation is just pressing the right hand arrow just till it comes on to DTV, and then bring it down the arrow to the country of your language and press OK. At this point the television starts to go through and searching for channels. It starts off at channel 21. It'll take about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to go right through the whole programming, and I'll come back to you in a wee minute once it's tuned in. Another thing with the television, if you actually are struggling working the television and it's not trying to tune in properly, you might find you don't actually have a signal in the area where you are. But we did have at one point a customer had the vehicle, and the previous customer had tried to get satellites and from beyond space, etc., to make it work. So if you think that there's an issue, it can't find satellites, or it's trying to get on a different satellite than it actually should, simply go into the menu, and you can see all the up the very top, all these settings. So you're going to press the right hand arrow, picture it goes through the mute and then over at the clock, and then you'll see the square button. What you want to do is do a reset. Bring it down and do a reset to the television, and are you sure, and press yes again, and that's the television resetting back to factory setup, which will take you right back to the very beginning. And obviously just go through English, automatic standby, you're okay with that. TV connection type is DVTV, so you're okay with that. Please ensure the aerial's plugged, which it is, and press OK, and it'll automatically go back to the channels and start to retune your channels. And hopefully, if it was that the previous customers maybe would try to get other satellites from elsewhere, that will start you getting the channels again. But what you might find is you just are in an area, especially the north of Scotland, it's a 50-50 chance whether you get a television channel or not. Every motorhome is actually fitted with a Thetford toilet system. The system's quite good. It actually can turn, depends on the motorhome. If you're needing a wee bit more room, you can turn it round, etc. This is in the closed position just now, and to open and flush, that's the plug. What you do is do that for about 2 or 3 seconds and then put it back into the closed position. Most of the what I would usually tell everyone is fill the bottom up with about that much water, and to get water into the toilet, this is your button here. Hold that for about 2 or 3 seconds, water will start coming in, and stop it, as I say, when it gets to about there. So that's you got your toilet ready. It just stops any smells, not that there is going to smells come through, there shouldn't be anyway, and that's you got your toilet like your house. So to use the toilet, simply do your needs, and once you do your needs, please close the lid after you, because one of the things I was finding when you're leaning down to flush the toilet, sometimes you can get splashback, and the last thing you want is getting splashback. So keep the lid closed, open it up, and that's it flushed away. Give it a wee flush there for 2 or 3 seconds, close the box, open it up and press the wee button again here and fill it up with about that much water just at the bottom. When the system is full, at the back here, it's like a wee green light at the moment, and it generally turns a pinky reddy colour when the box is actually getting full. My recommendation is keep an eye on the box, watch it doesn't get too full, because when you come to empty it, it could slush about everywhere, and the last thing you want to do is get in a bit of a mess with the toilet. The toilet as well, last thing I will say is, if you're on site, try and use the toilets on site. One of the reasons I say why is you will end up running back and forward, emptying your toilet, your chemicals, etc. You could be doing that maybe 2 or 3 times a day if everyone's using the toilet in the motorhome. My recommendation is use it in the morning when you get up and at night before you go to bed. In other words, use the toilets facilities and use this as a secondary. But by all means, it works perfectly fine. You can use it all day long, but it just means you're actually having to run and empty it most of the time. Now we're on to the ovens. All the ovens and the grills and the hobs are the same in all the Rollo teams. It's more or less in the same format. So lift the lid and turn the gas. You hear the gas kicking away. Turn the knob and it lights like so, and the same for the other 3. Switch off, just turn clockwise and that's them off. Down to the oven, it's fairly straightforward. Open the oven, push it in, turn it clockwise to get the grill to come on, and click away, and it might take a few clicks to get the gas through before it actually lights. So you just release and that's the grill lit. One of the things with the grill is a safety precaution. You can close the door to here, but if you close the door completely, the grill will go out. It's a safety design, so it doesn't heat up the glass, etc. too at the top. As you can see, due to safety, it's went out. To get the oven, turn anti-clockwise, ignite and release, and that's it. And of course, obviously with the oven, you can close the door with the oven. It's just not the grill. One of the things we ask is when you return the vehicle, you might have a 11 o'clock return time. What we ask for is the vehicle, the keys handed over at 11 o'clock, i.e. you've vacated the vehicle, you've filled it up with fuel and we hand the keys over at 11 o'clock. It's one of these bummers, I hate asking, but we've got customers who's going on holidays well behind you, and we've got a wee tight schedule to try and get everyone in and out, and we'll try and accommodate, as you probably know yourself, we've tried to accommodate everyone with time schedules, and if we can keep to them time schedules, that would be fantastic. One of the big things we have to help everyone operate their motorhome is an Amazon Fire pad. We will have that in your vehicle, and should you need help with instructions on how to use the vehicle, any fault codes that come up, please open the pad and have a wee check at the videos. To access the videos, you go and press the Photos app, and that will take you to all the videos we have on how to use the motorhome. Here is one of the Amazon Fire pads. As you can see, it's covered in writing. Click the button at the top to turn on. To access the videos, swipe up and you'll see the icon Photos. And up comes videos, quick guides on heating system, etc. And that should help you should you come across any problems or forget how to use some equipment. If it's possible to ask, the pads that we do provide in the motorhomes, if you don't mind if you don't use them with the kids or anything like that, just in case they get broke. They're really just in the motorhomes just for instructions on how to work the vehicle. Thank you very much. One of the biggest pieces of advice I could actually give you is driving the longer versions of the motorhome, i.e. the 7.4 metre motorhomes, which is the 746, the 740 and the 696. Their back axle is quite short for the length of the vehicle. As you can see, there's a fair bit of meterage at the back end. And how I'll explain it to you is if you were driving along and there's a petrol station on your right hand side and you nipped into the middle lane to turn right into the petrol station. If you try and turn from that middle lane into the petrol station, your big bum at the back end here will swing out into the other lane if you did turn your steering lock full to the right hand side. So you need to watch that. Also, when you're coming to car parking in town centres, for instance, these vehicles, you can't really just go in and take a wee tight in, because your back end, when you're coming into the car parking space, will, excuse how I'm doing this, but your big butt will come in and swing right round when you start to straighten back up again. I hope that gives you a wee bit of advice on how to drive them, but as I always say, just watch your big bum. It's like a big giant bumblebee, and just imagine it on your bum and you're trying to drive them. Now that you've seen the videos, it's time to go on holiday. Super excited. Any questions, just ask. Any member of staff that is round about, every member of staff will be more than happy to help you. So let's get moving, let's get you your keys, we'll get the paperwork signed and off we go.